mean, I later became the second, they call it section leader of West Philly. We divided the city up and I became subsection leader. But when people could call us for almost any problems, and we would go and try to deal with them either by politicizing the area, protecting them. We would defend people. We would feed the children. We had clothing programs, breakfast programs. We had medical centers, and we just tried to answer the needs of community that wasn't being addressed. You know, we felt kids were being sent to school hungry, and how you can't learn if you're sitting up there thinking of breakfast. So we did that.
It's interesting because a lot of people I've spoken to in the past, they would have seen the Black Panthers as being a militant organization the same way that they saw Malcolm X as being a militant, but yet what you're telling me now, it doesn't seem like that was the main role. Is that correct, or am I misunderstanding?
I'll never forget a young guy that we became friends. I got in saltwater aquarium, and he knew a lot, and we became friends. He knew I was a Panther. He said, "Hawk, y'all was wrong. Y'all hated white people." I said, "No, we didn't. We had the Rainbow Coalition that was co-opted by Jesse Jackson. If you look at, to me, the movie Judas and the Black Messiah explains that David Hilliard started the Rainbow Coalition with the Young Patriot Party, which were a white organization from the Appalachian. They were poor white hillbillies. And the Young Lords was Puerto Rican organization. And you had the Yellow Seeds, who was a Chinese organization. So we had coalitions with all different kinds of nationality, but we believe that you should work. And you know, if I'm black, I don't need to go tell the Appalachian people what to do, and vice versa. You work, and we could have a common ground that we understand. That's my text message. No, I did that to make sure I get them. One time I was missed. It was very important that I get text messages.
Right. I'm relieved that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. It's so there was. It sounds like it wasn't. I'm trying to get my head around it. It's like a cross between almost like a nationalist movement in one sense, but it's also a very broad-based, multicultural movement as well at the same time. Is that correct?
Eldridge made an album called Dig, and I think, and we used to play that out in the community, you know, speakers outside you could hear. Yeah. But at the end of it, he would say, black power to black people, white power to white people, peace and freedom power to the Peace and Freedom Party, Black Panther power to the Black Panther Party. In other words, it doesn't have to be negative. White power is only negative when you want to use that to oppress and repress black people. But there's nothing wrong with white people wanting to have the things that they need to live and survive. You know, and so we're not against that. But of course, we're against the Klan who feel that we have no right to anything.
Sure.
You understand there's a difference.
When we're talking about modern movements like Black Lives Matter, my understanding of it is that the full idea is black lives also matter as well as everybody else's lives, whereas some people interpret that as black lives
only black. And the thing is, it's not that I'm not going to say that I'm a advocate of that slope, but what they're saying is behind racism, black lives don't matter when other lives do. and that's all they're saying is a reaction to the races. You don't see white people. You're not gonna see a cop with his leg and his knee on a white person until they take the breath out of him, or just shoot him down in the street and said, "I thought I had my taser in my hand." No, that's why they say Black Lives Matter. That they're talking about the people that's supposed to protect us and maintain the laws, or not maintain, but enforce the laws of this country, are detrimental to us. They don't protect us. In other words, they race behind racism. They feel that a black life, doesn't matter. And you could revert back to what's his name? That was an escaped slave. That when they said that, I used to know his name. I forgot, but Dred Scott. Dred Scott case where they said a black man is 3/5 of a man. So we don't have the right that a white man has, and that's still, it's not said publicly, but it's still practiced. I mean, it's reality that is a double standard in this country. And that's where Black Lives Matter come from. I don't, like I said, I don't particularly advocate that slogan. I don't.
Would you say you support Black Lives Matter then, or no?
I wouldn't be against it because I feel we used to have a saying, say, "I don't do something. I don't care if you spit. Do something." So I'm not gonna knock that movement while I sit home and watch them on television. I'm not gonna knock it, but I'm not gonna say that would be my strategy.
Yeah.
I
understand. You've got a nuanced view on that.
Yeah, I got, and I sometimes I feel what's the word? I feel that I'm not doing enough that I should be doing, but I feel like I'm powerless because once I was part of a vehicle that people could struggle. To me, the Panther Party was something anybody could use for issues that affected us, and that I thought I had power being a part of that. Now I feel powerless because I'm not a part of anything. I'm sure that we had white sympathizers, we had white supporters, both politically and economically, that donated to the party, and
oh really? I didn't know that. There was
well, you had like the Jews felt alignment with the party, of course, so they were in the Holocaust and us in slavery, so they felt some type of alignment there. And you've had, I mean, throughout the history of this country, you've had, I think, white people that sympathized and was humane. Simple as that. They were humane and could see the atrocities to black people and the Indians. And it sickens some white people, it sickens them. I never forget, I was a foreman in the Philadelphia Housing Authority. This white guy come out the street. He had seen these two plumbers getting out of one of our truck talking about nigga this, nigga that. And he came in the office and reported them. Because, you do have some humanistic white people, no doubt. Just like you got some barbarians.
Sure.
That are ignorant, racist, and dangerous. And you have some sympathizers that really feel the plight of the human race and the struggle of humanity, regardless to their color.